Steve and Jill here.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to the House Academy Show, entertaining real estate investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about using the boots on the ground to expand in the new markets. So if you haven't been with us this week, all week we've had our friends and professional colleagues here from Phoenix, our Phoenix Boots on the Ground, explaining how this whole process works. And it wasn't by accident, because the number one question we get in House Academy, and maybe not the number one, it's in the top 5 for sure, is what the heck is it with this boots on the ground thing that you guys keep talking about? Please explain it. So we decided to do a whole week on it. So if you haven't seen the earlier episodes this week, check them out.
Mm-hmm. That's good. This is Ken and Christine Vaughn. I wanted to just introduce them in case you just found us today and you're trying to figure this all out. I love too, one of the things too, to piggyback on that, with Land Academy, this is a program that we are and will expand, and so many of our members, probably even more so now with House Academy, because you really know what's going on, that, you know, if you think this is a good fit and you're in a city that we could all work together, we want to do this too. And I know we're going to talk about that here.
Yeah, that's really what this show is about. Before we get into it, though, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the houseacademy.com forum. It's free.
Mark asks, what is your biggest challenge flipping houses?
Perfect. I mean,
yeah. What is your biggest challenge? We should all do one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. All right, you want to start? Okay. Think of a biggest challenge.
My biggest challenge flipping houses is finding quality boots on the ground. And that's the truth. Here's the exact opposite. I know exactly how much mail to send out to generate exactly how many deals. I've got that down to a science. And I know where it's going to work, where it might not work, what the pricing needs to be, and every last detail. It's a very big challenge. And we have all the money we could ever use. The issue is getting quality people to understand how to complete these transactions at the boots on the ground level.
Cool. My biggest challenge is I'm like impatient once we own it to when we sell it. I want to make that little window even smaller. I want it to be like hours, man.
Yeah, my biggest challenge is when you acquire a property and you know the return on investment for the buyer side. And so it's like, okay, for us as an investor, if we just invest maybe 20 or 30 grand, it could yield us even more.
You want to keep it.
Jill, it's like, no, we got the short window, we got to get rid of it. And then Steve's like, no, here's the numbers. So I think that's my biggest challenge, is just like knowing that, potentially leaving money on the table, but at the same time, you're looking at volume wise. So it's the right decision to do. So yeah.
Exactly.
I think mine is the unknowns when we're acquiring from the seller, things that we've all experienced. Solar,
like crack foundation.
Yeah. Solar, just any hiccup, stuff that, we may not catch until we're into the transaction of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's I like this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. With you guys, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
I never knew that. So yours is it all physical plan stuff? Or are you worried about chain of title or any paper driven?
Not so much that. I feel like there's a little bit of unknown there for sure, right? But I think it's just more of, when you think you've seen it all, you get that curveball, and it's like we had the solar one, and then yes, there's then the HOA stuff, and then it's just there's always kind of something. It's just that nuance. So that's the kind of stuff that
that's exactly why I don't want to renovate houses, which ties into your thing, because of the unknown things that you find. And it's not like because you open a wall up and found something in there. It's the houses that we've renovated, and we don't do it anymore ever, is because it all starts like, wow, if we move that wall and we put a chandelier over there, then maybe we could ask this. And it's all this nebulous, unknown, non-draft, math-driven. Yeah. What the hell?
Yep.
So we could retail some houses.
We should do that once in a while, because I personally enjoy that.
I think it's a massive
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
You two toss Christine and I one, and let us have a little fun over here.
Yes. Yeah.
And then how many wholesale deals
That'd be fun.
would we miss in that time?
No. Everything else still goes on as normal. We got
It's our
this.
pet project.
We got
Another
it.
Yes.
project.
Yeah.
So you want another job then? Okay.
Yeah, we got this.
But then the
addition to stuff
return
we
will
got.
just go directly to she and I.
That's right. Hey, and it could be a whole other show. Yeah. Oh.
Which
This is
what's
exactly how renovations go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we should
Yeah.
buy a bank too.
Okay.
Which is kind of the topic, right? New
Right.
markets. Or
All right.
There we go.
Today's topic: using the boots on the ground to expand into new markets. This is why you're listening.
Or new products.
Right.
Or new shows. Or new projects.
The greatest thing, and it was a total unintended consequence when we started this, we will ask and haven't asked them yet to find and train other boots on the ground. And so I never anticipated that. Did you?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't even feel qualified sitting next to them for me to go train new boots on the ground. They just had a knack for it, and like
Thanks.
in the line of fire.
Oh, I was never questioning it.
I never questioned it either, but I just assumed we would have to train them. Like, let's say we go to Minnesota or wherever the next market is.
Well, who better?
Yeah.
They've been through it all.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Right.
that's the thing. You guys can really sit down and you will be a valuable resource for future boots on the ground when they go, what the heck do I do now?
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna go, what tools are you carrying? So
So new markets for us, the theory is we have this running, functioning, operating business in Phoenix with these guys. It's very simple for us to move, get another one in Las Vegas. Our investors, the money people behind us as investors and data people have access to all the data in the whole country. So it's just squeezing one out. Like I said earlier, the only thing that's stopping us is quality people that are representing us in that local market.
right.
So that's how my job is to look at it that way at the 35,000 foot level and say, we could make this times 10 pretty quickly and pretty
Right.
easily without a lot of more additional work on our part, leveraging our time and our talent. It gets even better if you guys can train them.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think this is the value of House Academy. And we watch this happen with Land Academy. We're now doing deals together and we can all do more. And I know as House Academy gets built up and growing, we have more members, they're going to come to us with deals. It's going to be
Yeah.
big in
It
other
is.
cities. And I'm excited.
I knew this would be a short episode. Actually, do you guys have any good advice for, there's a lot of people that are House Academy is a month old. Probably 50% of the new members that we've taken on are also Land Academy members.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are familiar with both. Like, do you have any advice for new Land Academy members?
Or House Academy?
House Academy members.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You go first.
Me?
I've been talking. That's my strength. I've been
It's
talking.
good.
I depend on you to talk.
Oh, there we go.
There's a secret.
There we go. One thing is get a talker, have a good, I'll say partners.
Yes.
Partners.
Yeah.
I mean, like learning data.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
What's the role of that versus, I don't know. What we teach in the program is you really should be your own boots on the ground for the first few deals
Yeah.
in a market that you really know so that you can understand, like you guys understand. And we did that. I mean, we bought and sold houses in Phoenix market, several of them.
Right.
Right.
All of them we renovated, so that's my advice is like, do your own deals for a while
Yeah.
so you can teach it.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's I know we had a great day yesterday examining a ton of data, and it's such a confidence booster. Even just sending your mailers out and so forth, you feel confident in what you're excited about what's going to come in because you feel like you just can't. You can't lose, I think.
Yeah.
But as far as Christine and I, we've bought and sold houses, throughout our lives, and we have different experiences, and it helps to just keep an open head, and you never know what you're going to run into in these deals, but just be prepared. Prepared.
Is there any question in your mind that this works or that it's
not at
this
all.
mailer
Not at
campaign?
all.
Yeah, not at all. No,
Yeah, me too. Because that was a big challenge for us when we started Land Academy. The challenge was, who the hell are you guys? And why sending these, it was very foreign. We spent a year trying to look, but this works, it works. So that no longer is an issue in any way. It's not. And so with House Academy, there's no question now whether or not this works, I don't think, with anybody. I don't get that question at all. Does this work?
Yeah.
The questions we get are, how do we raise enough capital to do it correctly?
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
the pricing issue has been removed entirely, that's fine.
Right.
So I don't know. Do you have any
Yeah, I
advice?
think for when I kind of stepping back, looking in from the outside, the transition between the transition between a land transaction and a home transaction is that I'm sure everyone would attest, 99% of the time you don't have a human aspect, to as far as somebody living there. It totally changes it up for you.
Right.
And again, your approach, tailoring your approach, there's not a one size fits all. So just create yourself a cheat sheet of here's all the best known methods that you've experienced, and then here's all the gotchas that you experienced, and continue to build your confidence, leverage resources locally to help you understand what, at a very minimum, if you were to walk into a property or if your boots on ground was to go to see a property, what are the key things they should look out for?
Right.
So you don't have to have all this experience in home building and home construction. You could just, what are the key things that you need to look out for that anybody off the streets can go right in and quickly assess?
Right.
Is this a good transaction or not for you?
Right.
So
Like if I step over a gap like this to the front door on the foundation,
Yes.
that would trigger something.
yes, and if that home, oh by the way, is only 3 years old and it's got a gap like that,
Yep,
big,
there it triggers another
versus something that's 30 years old, that's totally different. Yes,
Yes.
yeah. So creating a checklist for yourself.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've never had issues with you guys is having you try to convince us to do a deal that's bad. Because, and that's, I talk about it in the program, but I have never talked about it with us. You guys aren't putting $1 in. So every single deal that we would send to you, that we do send to you, that comes in from a mailer, you have a lot of motivation to just get it done.
Yeah.
Like a real estate agent does.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a terrible deal, but I'm going to get my 6%. Yeah, it's a terrible deal, but I'm going to get 20 or 30% of it.
Right.
So that's good.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people that
Mm-hmm.
that aren't going to behave that way.
Exactly.
We have a deal funding. Jill and I have a deal funding effort on both companies' land, and so we get deals every day to get funded. And so, once in a while, people throw in deals that are like on the MLS.
Yeah.
Just because they want to get a cut of it. They don't have to put any money in it.
Exactly.
They have nothing to lose. And it destroys, like, they get put onto this blacklist.
Yeah.
Really.
It's
We
like,
have a blacklist.
yeah.
It's like if you're so short-sighted, and so, we just don't have any of those issues with you
Yeah.
guys. So it's hard. I would assume it's hard. We knew you guys before this
Right.
role, so
Yeah.
Sure.
we trusted each other before that.
Yeah.
So it's good. Join us next time for another interesting episode. And
And we answer your questions posted on our online community found at houseacademy.com. It is free.
you are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Okay, I do have one announcement. Check out Parcel Fact. So just a nice little thing. If you haven't seen it before, go check it out. fact.com. You can get in there. You can zero in on a property, see every last detail about that property. Click on all the neighboring properties. We just updated with version 2.0. My team wanted to make sure that everybody knows about this. So be sure you check it out. It is awesome. And wherever you're watching or wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
And inspiration.
to buy undervalued property. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Good week.
Thanks. Yeah. Awesome.
Let's have some fun now.